Well, hello folks, and welcome to Dutch Gap Conservation Area out here in Chesterfield County, Virginia. We're up there in the Piedmont. I just kind of had to get away from coastal Virginia, also known as Hampton Roads. But yeah, it was a nice drive, nice to get away, see something other than loblolly pine and oak forest. The Japanese stilt grass remains the same, but feels good nevertheless. We're out here, I think this is called the River Trail, and it's going to take us about 5.5 miles to complete. But yeah, all the times that I've mentioned Japanese stilt grass, and you know, there's still bare soil down there in Hampton Roads, this is what it could be like. You can see this carpet of Japanese stilt grass. It just goes all the way into the woods there. And that's the future of many of the parks that I've hiked in Hampton Roads. That's the future of those parks. Just a sea of greenery. Very hard for any of these mature trees to get seedlings out, you know, start a new generation of trees. So, you know, that's just what happens when invasive species come and take over an ecosystem. Let me put my jacket on. Okay, so this trail is kind of splitting off. I've stayed straight so far, and I think I will continue to do that. But this trail just keeps splitting off here. So let me gather the map and get oriented here, and I will catch up with you in a few minutes. Hang on. Okay, so I just checked out the map. Essentially, this is just an area that leads to the wetlands, and I guess if you want to do some bird watching or some wildlife viewing in that capacity, absolutely take this trail. But I'm going to head back down to my car and drive further down. There is a park down there, Henricus Park, and I'm getting ready to drive down there. Apparently there are some trails that loops around some of these wetlands on the outer parts of this conservation area, so we will hit that up. I will catch you when we make our way down to Henricus Park and try to find the White Blaze Trail and the Blue Blaze Trail. All right, y'all, so we made it here. We are at the trailhead for the Blue Trail, and then we're going to try to make our way to the White Trail. So the Blue Trail is actually a 1/2 mile, and then the White Trail is a 3.5 mile loop. So 1/2 mile to get there, 3.5 miles, that makes 4. So we'll hike it about 4.5 miles this afternoon. But yeah, just right in the center here, over this fence line here, you can see Dominion Virginia Power has a fly ash field, and then they also have a fly ash pond. I'm sure that's all, you know, from the coal plant and how they dispose of the spent coal, and that they bury the ash there. It looks like a lot of ash mountains. It almost looks like a landfill, how they build up in steps. But I am entirely sure that this area may have possibly been donated by Virginia Power so that they can, you know, function like this. Dominion Energy, a lot of these energy companies give out land, and they give out tons of donations so that they can seem environmentally friendly. Now, I don't know if that's the ash pond or not, but I see a whatchamacallit, a kayak launch, and I would hardly want to go in the kayak launch. But then again, I have fished near a couple of nuclear power plants and stuck my hands in some very warm water. So ash, spent nuclear waste, let's get it. Let's look at this tidal lagoon. I'm sure this is the spot where you can fish off of. And that there are little fishing piers. They said there's like 5 fishing piers around this lagoon that you can fish off of at various points. It's all about whether if you want to hike your gear in for a certain mileage. So you got the Sycamore Spur Dock, which is very close. You got the Dogleg Point Duck. I don't know, we'll have to try that out one day. We'll have to bring up our fishing gear and hike it into a couple of these spots. I'm quite interested. Squirrel. Really not a whole lot of interesting things on the trail. You know, I see this, I don't know what this is. I'm going to bring up my app here and figure out what this plant is. But nothing too exciting on the trail. It seems like the energy company comes along or the county comes and cuts along here, try to keep the vegetation down. Yellow crownbeard. I am not familiar with that species, but it must be working out for the pollinators. Every time I pass through, there are bumblebees and honeybees making sure that they get their pollen, and because they're getting ready to close up shop here soon. Okay, all right, this is nice. Okay, so this is one of these fishing docks, and oh man, oh yeah, we're gonna have to gather up the strength one day and bring out the fishing gear to come out here. Clouds are very beautiful today. It's a very gorgeous day. It's probably like in the 60s, maybe lower 70s. Ooh. Oh my God, I scattered about, there are about 7 deer that just scattered. Holy crap. That, ooh, made my heart jump. Ooh. Y'all see that? We'll give ourselves a tick check. I don't see anything on me. It was a buck and 2 females just went on out. Ooh, we have been doing some walking. Let me see if I've hatched an egg in Pokemon Go yet. Wild grape here. It might be muscadine. That looks like muscadine. Yeah, which is essentially a native grape, you know, wild grape on a what is this? Oh, what's a tree that sheds? It's not birch, but I can't even find the leaves for it. It's been taken over by the muscadine here. But yeah, I think this is muscadine. Cool find. I really can't get a good picture, but yeah, I believe those are muscadine grapes. Which is an okay grape. You know, I'm not gonna taste it out because if you're not 100% sure about something in the woods, you probably shouldn't eat it. But I'm like 80% sure that that's muscadine. I know this is a wild grape leaf. I just don't know what wild grape it is. There are a lot of grape varieties out there, both domesticated, the ones that we grow for our wine and table grapes, and also out in the wild. But I believe that is muscadine grape, and it's an okay grape. I'm not too fond of it. It has a very thick skin. You know, one that you can pop in your mouth. You can peel off the skin and then eat the fruit. And if my memory serves me correct, I believe that fruit has a seed in there that I'm just not too fond of having. You know, I'm quite spoiled by our current technologies in agriculture that provides us with seedless grapes. But I have had some muscadine wine before. Muscadine wine is very tasty. In the form of a slushy. There's a vineyard in Surrey County that produces muscadine wine, and he has a slurry, or slushy, not a slurry, a slushy wine, and it is fantastic. Oh yeah, look at those currents. This would be a nice fishing spot. This must be the area off the boat launch that I saw people cutting up into. So if you have a boat, this seems like a good area to come fishing. With the current, it looks very oxygenated, so I would imagine that there's some decent fish here. So I don't know, y'all, what do y'all think? Come back, go fishing here? I think so. I'll definitely be back out here, and with some better hiking shoes. Ooh. There's some fish here. That was probably like a little small bluegill or small largemouth bass jumping out of the water there. But yeah, I gotta get in the right frame of mind, because right now all I can focus on is how badly my feet are hurting right now. So we'll get on back to the trail and keep it moving. All right, y'all, so we made it back to the Blue Blaze Trail. I am exhausted. My feet hurt. I will definitely be looking into getting some new hiking boots. Hopefully they get here before the next trail that I hike. But oh man, I'm just going to continue walking to my car. I probably got another quarter mile left before I get to the parking lot. But I will catch up with you all on the next adventure, wherever that may be. Hope you're taking care of yourselves. Peace.